You guys are watching NFL Daily, presented by Man Crates. Cam Rogers here alongside Tom Downey. Let's go to those NFL rumors, Tom.
Yes.
We'll start things off with Danielle Hunter of the Minnesota Vikings. Did that extension go down today?
There'll be 4 heads on this one. It is a 5-year, $72 million deal with $40 million guaranteed. Cam, I actually think this is a pretty good deal for the Vikings. If Hunter hit the open market, he would have got more, I think. And by the way, he's 23 years old. He's been in the NFL for 3 years now, and he's only 23.
2015 fifth-round pick.
Out of LSU, super young, really athletic, 25.5 sacks, was better last year than this year, but that's okay, it happens. You go up and down. He and Everson Griffin, that's a really good 1-2 punch. And we mentioned this earlier for the Vikings. This was their guy that they locked up front. I think a bit of a team-friendly deal-ish, a little bit team-friendly. But this is at least a B signing for me, Cam. I know that maybe Danielle Hunter isn't the most well-known player necessarily, but I think he's a very, very good player. I think he's a reliable defensive end and still young, and frankly, probably hasn't hit his ceiling yet. And that's what you want when you're signing guys to a big long-term extension like this.
All right, so Minnesota will direct its attention to Anthony Barr entering the final year of his contract.
And Stephon Diggs. So I don't know if they can afford both guys, Cam. I really don't.
All right, we'll get to that Le'Veon Bell extension rumor, but first, this is Man Crates right here on NFL Daily. Head to mancrates.com to get the awesome Grill Master crate for the summer. Tom, of course, there is no quicker way to separate the men from the boys than to observe how they manage a steak on the grill. The Grill Master crate is for the man who's a cool operator whenever the heat is high, like me.
Okay.
Yeah.
First off, we both know my grill game is better than yours. Now, I'm moving out of my apartment into a nice new house. This crate coming alongside my grill that I just bought, brass knuckle meat tenderizer, a smoker box, steak thermometers, hickory chips. Oh, it's great there. Grill game is here with a normal grill. With the crate, it goes up to here, Cam.
All right, mancrates.com. Awesome gifts. Guys love bringing you today's NFL Daily. All right, let's talk Le'Veon Bell. That extension, where are we at, my friend?
Well, Bell says talks are closer than what they were last year, which I find intriguing. I don't know if it's relative to the difference or relative to maybe Bell's wanted 17 the entire time. Maybe that's the case. Now, I am hesitant to give Lev Bell anything more than $15 million a year. I know he's really, really good, but it's a running back, Cam. They have short shelf lives, and you can find the replacement player for a halfback is much higher relative to any other position in the NFL. And that's shown by the money given out. Devonta Freeman's making $8.25. Bell wants double that.
Which is just ridiculous.
That's a lot. And I know that it's Le'Veon Bell and he's an incredible player, and I get that. But look at the highest paid halfbacks based on guaranteed money. 3 of them are on their first-year deals.
Yep.
And when Saquon Barkley signs, he's going to be the #1 guy. Running backs are not valued that highly anymore. So I am hesitant, but with that said, Cam, it is Bell, and he is the focal point of that offense. Obviously, Antonio Brown and Big Ben are involved there, but Le'Veon Bell's a big, big factor in that. So, Cam, how much would you pay Bell per season? And folks watching, let me know as well.
Well, I think he just needs to settle on the franchise tag, to be honest with you. I think $17 million annually is too much in my eyes.
Miguel says 17. Angel says, or Angel says 19 million.
19. See, the problem is, I don't think Bell gets it. I don't think he gets the market value, and I understand that players can have this kind of mindset where, well, I'm better than everybody else, so I deserve more money than everybody else. Bell's going to have to come back down to earth, and GM Kevin Colbert has to figure this out and have an ongoing dialogue that is healthy. Now, they have July 16th as that deadline to get that long-term deal done. So 2 heads for now. All right?
I just don't know if it's going to end up happening. It's a good sign that they're closer, but I am very curious to see if Pittsburgh will give him that massive deal that he wants. Who's going to blink first?
Yep, exactly.
Or will Pittsburgh say, you know what, hit the open market?
Game of chicken.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk Aaron Donald and his contract situation. We're going to give it 2 heads in terms of that extension going down anytime soon. Nothing imminent, according to Rams VP Demoff.
You know, Kevin Demoff, I think they're right to say that there's no deal imminent, but they are pushing forward, and the Rams have said that Donald is going to be the highest paid player. I think it's a matter of, okay, how much more than Von Miller does he get? That Miller deal is a little bit old. If I were the Rams, my offer is 5 years, $100 million. But does Donald say yes? And I think that's a fair question.
And does Donald say, well, can I wait for Khalil to sign his extension?
And does Khalil say, can I wait for Aaron Donald?
Exactly.
And that's the question. Who gets signed first?
It's one of those things.
Because they want to be the highest paid guy. Will one sign for less? Probably not. So it's not just a game of chicken between Donald and the Rams. It's also kind of between Donald and Mac. And then Mac and the Raiders. So who signs first? I think once one of them signs, the next will sign very quickly.
All right.
But I think you can see a 5-year, $100 million deal, $75 million guaranteed. Is that enough for Aaron Donald? Let me know what you guys think on YouTube and Facebook.
I think he's going to be the highest paid defender. I think he's going to outbeat Khalil Mack.
Who should get paid more though?
Aaron
Donald.
It's in
a bubble. Donald.
Aaron Donald, 100%. You can build a defense around this guy. And now I understand that pass rushing ability is paramount in the National Football League in this quarterback-driven league. But Aaron Donald nearly had a perfect grade on Pro Football Focus. He is the ultimate disruptor on that line. So
I got a question for you, Cam.
Yep.
Not counting positional value, is Aaron Donald the best player in the NFL? It's tough to go across positions, but is he the best one?
Well, it's funny because we once had this discussion about J.J. Watt before all those injuries happened, right?
Yeah.
I think there's an argument to be made. I think there's an argument to be made with the likes of Aaron Donald at his respective position. I think Jalen Ramsey is turning into that discussion, positional value aside, right?
Yeah.
In terms of pure talent and pure ability. And Antonio Brown at wide receiver. Le'Veon Bell at running back. David Johnson if he can bounce back. So, yes, Aaron Donald can be the best player, raw player in the NFL.
If I'm picking just one guy, I think I'd take Aaron Donald, by the way. I think he is the best player in the NFL.
All right, let's go to rumor number 4 on the list. Dante Fowler to miss part of training camp here, Tom.
I'm actually kind of concerned by this one, Cam. We're going to give it 2 heads for now, but the report from one of the local Jacksonville stations was that Fowler, of course, missed minicamp due to an upper body injury, and he's lost a lot of muscle.
Not good.
And that concerns me because that means he hasn't been able to do really anything. And if you don't have a strong upper body as a defensive lineman, you're going to have a tough time winning one-on-one battles against offensive linemen, at least as far as I'm concerned. Your technique is probably going to be a little bit off. It might be a little bit rusty. This is kind of this is a contract year for Fowler. This is a big red flag for me going forward, Cam. Now, the Jags, I think, will be fine with Yannick Ngakoue and also Calais Campbell and some of their depth there, but that's a bit of a red flag, at least in my eyes, Cam.
All right, so 2 heads there on Fowler. Let's go to Randall Cobb and his injury. What's the latest? Is he going to miss some of camp?
The report is they're going to ease him into it, which I think makes sense. Don't rush him into it. He's a veteran. He doesn't need the reps with Aaron Rodgers because he's got plenty of those there. He didn't say if he needed surgery or if he had surgery, but he was in a walking boot on his right foot. It didn't say how he got hurt, just that he was in a boot. Now, you'll see players in boots for various reasons, especially during the season, to just play it safe, but it is worth monitoring for this one. So I don't know how severe the injury is. It sounds like it's pretty minor, but they might just take it very, very cautious here for the most part, Cam.
Okay, so 3 heads there. Let's take a look at rumor number 6 on the list. Tariq Cohen going to be utilized at multiple positions here.
It sounds that way, and this is going to be fun for the Bears and Matt Nagy. Now, Cohen is very undersized, and he was a running back last year for the Bears, but maybe in various 4 wide or empty set positions, you see him play more of a slot receiver type. You know, you can put Gabriel and Miller and Allen Robinson when everyone's healthy, and then Trey Burton and Tariq Cohen. Burton was a quarterback at Florida. All of a sudden, you've got a bunch of different versatility out there. You can have some fun with that offense. You could put Cohen at halfback. You can put him out wide as a true receiver in the slot. So I think you'll see him play a bunch of different roles. Return man, receiver, halfback. I'm excited to see how he's used. I might leave him as an athlete going forward, not as a halfback.
He's excited about it. We'll see what happens going forward in the Matt Nagy system. All right, folks, you're watching NFL Daily presented by Man Crates. Do you know an awesome guy who needs a gift? At Man Crates, gifts are carefully curated like a museum, but actually exciting. They've got personalized barware, jerky, grams, project kits to delight any guy out there. Mancrates.com. Awesome gifts guys love. Bringing you today's NFL Daily. At rumor number 7, Derrius Guice. Is he starting? We feel good about this.
You know, you and I kind of went back and forth. Should it be 3 or 4? We're just going to give it the 4 because we think he's going to start. Like, it's not going to be Perine. The Redskins love Derrius Guice. I loved him coming out. I thought he should have been a first-round pick. There were some off-the-field concerns on that end. But I think Guice will be the bell cow back for the Redskins with Chris Thompson there as the 3rd down back. Even the Redskins beat writers are like, hey, it'd be a surprise if someone
Right.
other than Guice was a starter. We're not including an injury possibility here as well either. I think he's going to be the starter there.
Okay. All right. So Derrius Guice perhaps becoming the offensive rookie of the year. That's what you meant earlier when you said
Yeah,
that.
I could see it. And I'm going to lead towards Saquon Barkley in this debate, but I could definitely see Guice getting in the mix there as a potential rookie of the year candidate.
All right. Let's go to rumor number 8 here. Fears about the 2019 quarterback class.
I agree with the report from Bleacher Report. I don't think it's all that good. Now, things can change. We're not going to panic. That's why it's only 3 heads. But you look at what this quarterback class looks like. We'll go through some of the guys that I pinpointed as potential early to mid-round picks there. It's really not that great. I like Jake Bentley. He needs a big breakout year to even be considered among this group. Finley's got some ability, but there are some off-field worries about him. We'll see how Will Grier looks, and he'll get knocked because he plays in the Big 12. I think Justin Herbert's my guy, Cam, but he's got to stay healthy. Tyree Jackson, by the way, is your dark horse name.
Watch out.
Cam Newton type build. Just monitor the small school guy. Drew Lock needs to be more accurate. Shea Patterson needs to be more consistent. Same with Stidham, and I'm not a big Clayton Thorson guy, even though I know there are some people who out there who like him quite a bit. Those are some guys to monitor for now. We'll see who else pops up throughout the offseason. We'll, of course, get updated there as well.
All right, let's go to rumor number 9. The supplemental draft is coming up. Sam Beal in round 3.
This is about where I think he's going to go. Now, Sam Beal, Adonis Alexander, and I believe Brandon Brown, Mississippi State, I think all those guys will be drafted. Had Sam Beal stayed for another year, he could have been a second-round pick for next year's draft. But coming out early with the supplemental draft, I think he goes in round 3. Maybe a team like the Chiefs takes him, Cam. Mm-hmm. I think that could potentially be an option there, playing with some extra picks thanks to the Marcus Peters trade next year. And don't worry, folks, we will have a supplemental mock draft for you later on once we get closer to the actual draft. That'll be fun for me.
There you go. Tom Downey is giddy as a kid on Christmas.
I love drafts.
There you go, folks. This has been NFL Daily presented by Man Crates. For Tom Downey, I am Cam Rogers. By the way, Isaac, I'm a Ravens fan. All right, we'll see you.